Hey guys, welcome to Code Decode. In this video, we are going to tell you how to install a plugin that is Claude Code in IntelliJ. Trust me, this was not easy. I had faced a lot of trouble just to integrate the Claude Code in IntelliJ and to be able to use it in one screen. I'll show you how it looks now for me. This is where I can give the prompts, and this is where I can see the code itself. You don't have to toggle between Visual Studio Code or IntelliJ and so on. But for that, I faced a lot of issues that you will also face. So I'm going to tell you step by step how to troubleshoot each and every step so that you reach to this point. Also, trust me, one more thing is good to this plugin is it will tell you how many tokens it is using for each and every prompt you give. That is also I'm going to cover in this video. Let's first see how to have this Claude Code as a plugin in your IntelliJ. The very first thing that you need to do is update your IntelliJ. This is the link. Click onto this link. You will reach to this. You accept all. Then just download the one for exe for your Windows or DMG for your Mac, whatsoever you have. Once you have installed the latest version, if you have the older version, you will not be able to see the plugin. You will not be able to see the Claude Code as any plugin. Only after you have installed the latest version of IntelliJ, there is where you will have one of the plugin for Claude Code. That is also the beta version only right now. So even that Claude Code beta version, you will not be able to see if you have older version of IntelliJ. That is exactly what I was facing issue earlier. And that is why I have installed that in my Visual Studio Code. But if you can upgrade and you are allowed to upgrade your IntelliJ to the latest version, please do that. Then only you will be able to see this plugin. Once you have this plugin, install this plugin. Where will you find this? Where will you find the plugins? You go to your IntelliJ. You open your file, you open your settings. Into the setting, you will see plugins here. In this plugin, search for Claude Code. Just Claude Code. What you will see is the beta version. Do not go for anything like this or with GUI or something like this. It is good to have the beta version, which is from Entropic itself. You would see a lot of Claude Code, but it is from abc.work or YHK or something like that. Do not go for any other installations. Just go for plugin given by the default company of Claude, that is Entropic. So that is how you install it. I have already installed and tried it. So you can just after installation, click on apply, click on OK. And after installation, what you will see is this symbol on the top left corner. As soon as you click it, it will open just nearby to your terminal. Hey guys, so recently we have launched a very new course on Udemy, that is Spring Security 7. So now we have total of 2 courses. One on the Spring Security, second on the full stack application with all the deployment, pipelines, CI/CD, AWS Cloud, Kubernetes, everything. In Spring Security, we have covered authentication, authorization, filter chains, CRAN types, JWTs, OIDCs, SSO, CSRF, CORS, and very important, we have created here also a full stack project with a front end, back end, and security is implemented using Auth0 and Keycloak. Both of those authorization servers we have defined and created an end-to-end POC in this course. And the next course was on a full stack application where you understand microservices, Angular, JUnits, Docker, Kubernetes, AWS, EKS, RDS, Mongo Atlas, Jenkins, CI/CD, Argo CD, everything. So this makes a complete end-to-end project with front-end, back-end, and security implemented, deployed on the cloud also. Links of both of these courses will be given in the description below. Also, we will try to give some free coupons. Just let us know in the comment section for which course you would need the coupons. We will try to avail the coupons for the courses for free in the next month. Just for a small request, please leave your genuine, honest comments on these courses. That will help us create more such free courses or discounted courses for you guys. So then you go to your settings, search for plugins, search for Claude Code. You will see the Claude Code like this. Install it, and that is where you will see the button like this. I'll show you the canvas. This button will open something like this. It has already written Claude and it says term Claude is not recognized. This is also one of the troubleshoot that you have to do. Just installing a plugin in your upgraded IntelliJ will still not help you in running the Claude in your IntelliJ. The next thing that you need to do is go to your PowerShell and run a command that I have given you here in the document. It requires Claude installation locally. So you go to this link that I have given here. Into this link, you have already this, you accept all cookies and then copy this Claude installation. Once you copy this, open and go to your PowerShell. Into the PowerShell, run this command. So how it will look like, this is how it is going to look like. So it is going to set up the Claude code, and once it is successfully, it has this version 2.1 dot something something, and the location is given. Remember to copy this location, because this is, you have to add it to your environment variables. So now it is, after this is done successfully, it says installation completed, and that is where you have Claude code successfully installed. Now what you would try to see is Claude minus minus version. You close the old PowerShell. Always what we do whenever we install something, close the PowerShell, reopen it, and onto that you write Claude minus minus version. And you will be able to see your version, that is 2.1.145. Once that is done, now when you try to go back to your IntelliJ, what will happen? It will still give you an exception. Why? The reason is because you don't have the environment variable fixed. So go to environment variables, go to user variables. I'll show you how, okay? Go to environment variables, click on this environment variable. In the user variables, click on path. So go to path, add a new one, or wait, just open this in a better way. Add a new one and add the bin path like this that you have already shown in your PowerShell. So here you had this version, right? And this location. Just copy this till bin dot local dash bin, and just dot local dot dash bin, you add it to your path, and then you click OK, then you click OK, then you click OK, 3 times OK. And once that is done, you will be able to see a perfect Claude version in both IntelliJ as well as terminal. But remember one very important thing, like how you have restarted your PowerShell, after closing it completely, you do not forget to restart your IntelliJ also, because IntelliJ's terminal is still having the old path loaded. So once you restart, now you again click on Claude. So as soon as you write the CLAUDE Claude, it will enter and says welcome to the Claude 2.1.145 version. If you see this, that means now you have successfully be able to use Claude in your IntelliJ as a plugin. So 3 things very important. Upgrade your IntelliJ, otherwise you will not be able to see the plugin. Install the plugin. Once, as soon as you install the plugin, you should see the symbol. If not there, then your installation is not successful. Once you see this symbol, and you will see this error that Claude is not recognized because it is not in the environment variable. So first you run this command irm http claude install. Once it is successful, go to your environment variables, add it to your environment variables, close the PowerShell, open the PowerShell again, or restart the PowerShell, and then write Claude minus minus version. You should be able to see the Claude code version. Once this is successful, then only go back to your IntelliJ. Otherwise, you will keep on seeing this kind of error. You will still see this kind of error because you have not restarted your IntelliJ. Once you restart your IntelliJ, you will see welcome to Claude code and your version, and that is where you are started to set up your Claude code. Yes, even still, you are not able to give the prompt as and when, because now it is asking to choose the text style. Most of you would use the dark mode. I prefer it with the lighter mode. So I clicked on 3 and pressed enter. As soon as you do that, it will ask for the second kind of subscription addition to your console account. So Claude code can be used with your Claude subscription or build based on API usage through your console account. I have already paid 2000 something rupees for this, and hence I'm going to use the Claude code with subscription. As soon as you click on one and press enter, that is where automatically your browser should open. For me, it did not open. So what I did, I copy pasted from HTTP to this here. Complete copy paste you have to do. So as soon as you copy paste from all the 4 lines, go to your browser where you already have logged in with Claude. Open a new tab. As soon as you open a new tab, you paste this URL here. So you open a new tab and you paste that URL. Once you paste the URL, it will be prompted that Claude Code would like to connect your Claude chat account with this. And if you authorize, then your Claude account will be linked to your IntelliJ's Claude Code. And it is going to use the tokens from there. So as soon as you authorize, this is going to create a token or a code. So this is where, when you go back to IntelliJ, it is saying paste the code here if prompted. And yes, I was prompted with the code. So I just clicked on copy code and pasted here where it was asking for after this arrow. Once that is done and you press enter, it says logged in as whatever you have, and then it will give you security notes. The security note says Claude can make mistakes. You should always review Claude's response, and especially when you are running the code. So this is a very good prompt and disclaimer given by Claude, because it does make mistakes. I've seen that. Also, just make sure that you trust it, otherwise the prompt injection risk is always there with the entropic. So as soon as you press continue, you are saying accessing this workspace where my Claude code is there. And this is where I have asked him to trust this folder. So Claude Code will now be able to read, edit, and execute any file here. And if you say, yes, I trust this folder, then only Claude Code will be able to make the changes here. So I have pressed 1 and I have asked enter. As soon as I have pressed enter, it has given me a place where I can write the prompts. So this is an arrow after which you can write the prompts. So I've written the prompt that explain the architecture of this project. This project is nothing but an empty project with a Claude application. That's it. So if I run this, so this is my run tab where I can see this is starting the Claude Code at, I think 8080 would have been here, right? Now, if you go to terminal, that is where in your terminal you have the second tab as Claude Code. When I asked him to explain the architecture, this is how beautifully the Claude Code has explained the architecture to me. This is a Spring Boot REST API project with a minimal current structure. It is using Spring Boot 3.x with Maven as a build tool, Java 17 as the language, and main dependency is Spring Web for REST endpoint. And this is the structure. I only have the Claude Code application, the property file, and the test file. That's it, with POM and target file. The current status is application is bare minimum starter with only main class. It includes web, REST API, and all those structure. Now, next step, to build out this architecture, you would typically create some user controller user service in the target folder, because I have done it earlier. So let me see if that really is there. So yes, in my classes, I have the generated source and some com, and I can see this user service and user controller. So it is asking me, should I create the user model service and user controller so that this becomes a user management service? So next step would be to create the user model, user service, user controller, and possibly a database layer if persistence is needed. Would you like to modify or build this project? If I would have said yes, it would start creating the user controller and service class. So automatically the prompt, if you see here, is given in a gray line. If you ask tab, it will completely come in a black font. So if you see anything which is a autocomplete suggestion by Claude and you want to implement it, you can just click on tab, and tab will convert that gray suggestion into a reality or the prompt. And as soon as I say enter, it will start computing and creating those user controller, and user services. And then it is asking me, do you want to create user or Java? If I would say yes, it will next time ask for user service, and then next time again ask for user controller. I want to do it for all the edits during the session, so I'll rather do 2 and enter. I would want to edit as 2 and enter. So as soon as I do this, it accepts edit on all those stuff. So now if you see here, you will have user, you will have controller, and you have user service. And this is how beautifully our create, update, delete, get, everything is there in the system. So user service initially puts this, and initially puts John Doe and Jane Smith into the code. So now it says created 3 classes for your REST API, a simple POJO model, a user service which retrieves all users, get all specific users, add all users. What did you do? You did nothing. You just pre-populated 2 sample users automatically using the Claude. You did not do anything. You just give a prompt. That too prompt was also auto-generated by Claude only. So you just add a tab and an enter, and everything was done for you. Now it is also saying that user controller is exposing these many endpoints. Would you replace HashMap with the repository if you want to run the app to test these endpoints? So I would say run the app. If I would press tab, it would start running the application for me. That too from terminal. So it is saying launching this. Do you want to proceed? I would say yes. And see, this is where I was talking about tokens. If you see here, when it was running, there was somewhere token was also shown to me. Next time I'll try to show you. It is so quick that you will not be able to see the tokens. Now it says it says successfully loaded the skill, and I'll launch the Spring Boot application and test API endpoint. Do you want to proceed? If I would say yes, because the server is ready, then I would just say enter, and you will see the tokens, 580 tokens used. Now it says It is trying to read this output file. Do you allow? I would say yes. Now I clicked on 2 because I don't want to be prompted every single time. Now it is updating the POM. It is catching all those stuff. Okay, so if you see, there was an exception here. It is using the Java 11 version. The system has Java 11, but the project requires Java 17. Let me update the POM to use Java 11 because my system is having Java 11. So it found an issue. It says the system has this problem. Can I update the POM to Java 11? And I had said yes. So now it says I'm updating this, adding one line. So it shows you what it is doing also. So it faced some issue as an AI agent and it is trying to fix it, asking your input, can I do that? And you just said yes, and it is automatically fixing the issue. Now, do you want to proceed? And I would say yes and don't ask again. So I'm going to press 2. As soon as I press 2, sometimes you would not even need to have enter. For this IntelliJ, I am just adding 1, 2, 3 and it is proceeding with it. Now again, I'm pressing 2. It says it is reading this output file. Do you want to make it read? I would say yes. It says 1.7k tokens has been used and thinking some more. Also, if you want to know about /status, /btw and kinds of shortcuts and those commands, you let me know in the comment section. I'll give you a quick overview onto that. Now it has again some problem with the Spring Boot dependencies because Java 11 is installed and not Java 17. Let's downgrade to compatible version with Java 11. So it is downgrade from 3 to 2, which is very weird. Okay, let him do that. Let's see where it goes. We would even prompted him to start using Java 17 and download it. But now what it says is let's downgrade, and then it is wait for Spring Boot server to start. And then that is ended and background command says start Spring Boot with Java 11 completed with 0 problem. So perfect, server is started running. Let me test the API. The bash, the command not found. So what it says, it has errored out. So now it is trying to hit the localhost 8080 with API users and the status was 404 not found. So it is trying to read some of the output files. Do you want to allow? So I would say allow this too. That for the session, you read whatever you need to. Then again, it is trying to read something. I'm going to allow for every time. So again, I'm pressing 2. It is doing some more stuff and trying to fix all the issues on its own and asking just should it takes the access or not. So every time I'm saying do it for all the sessions. Now it is again trying to hit the actual endpoint. Okay, now it says it was by default I have started the server for testing it, so it was facing issue with the 8080. So it says now I'm going to run it on server 9090 so that it does not clash with what I have done manually. So that is the disaster when you try to run manually also and you try to do it with Claude Code also, because Claude Code says the PID is already there. It is started by codedecode. I only started it. So that is why it was facing issue with 8080. It was already in use. So now it has turned my pom.xml to run this on. Sorry, it has changed my application property to run on 9090 so that it does not collide with mine. Now it says it is trying to run all those endpoints, get all users. So it hit 9090 API users. It got all the 10 lines. If you want, you can do Control O to expand. Then it did get by ID. Then it did the post. Then it did all those and testing has been done. So it says the REST API is fully functional. All the endpoints are working. Application summaries, it is running in this. It is in memory hash map populated with 2 users. All the get APIs, the update APIs, create new user, delete user has been working fine. It is running on 9090. The classes are created and successfully done. Now it is asking me, do you want to add database? I don't want to add the database. So I'm not going to add a tab here. I would say give curls. Give curls for me to test. Now I can see it has given this curl to me. I'm going to copy this curl and going to import in my postman. I'm going to import this curl and just hit this. So I'm expecting localhost 9090 to be up and running by Claude to me and I should get the data. So yes, I can see I get the data and 200 OK from Claude itself. So this proves that all these curls have been perfectly up and running, and if it says it has successfully demonstrated these architecture in Spring Boot, and it has fully functionally CRUD operation working as expected. I have tested. Yes, it is expected. So this is how you use Claude Code in your IntelliJ.